our job is to make sure that that critical asset really works as best as it possibly can for the country and certainly for our investors. The numbers that you're going to see today, a few numbers that we will present, are audited. They're real numbers. The presentation is completely factual. So everything you walk away from with here today, when you have an opportunity to report, is exactly what happens at CAP, how we see things, what has happened, and how we see things going forward. The message can be anything you make it to be at the end of the day. So that's the critical role that you will be playing here today also. Media reports like this or media events like this turn into immediate mobile advertising for Curacao. And that's a fact. That's the way it goes. The World Wide Web is there, everything will be on tonight or later tomorrow, and the message that goes out will have some type of an effect on Curacao. We certainly think that the message that you're going to hear is a very positive one, and we certainly hope to see those results as we look at the various reports in the newspapers and on the web in the next coming days. At the end of the day, we will do whatever we can here in a very professional way to highlight exactly what we've done. At the end of the day, the story that you report, again, we leave to you. And we certainly do, again, hope and expect that it will be, I'm sure it will be representative of everything we tell you here today and the right advertising going forward for Curacao. So with that, I'm going to go through briefly the presentation that we have outlined for you. With the help of my team over the past few weeks, we have been preparing this a little bit. Then we'll take you through what we think is a pretty exciting story. Make sure I understand how this works. Essentially, a little bit about CAP first, who we are. Curacao Airport Partners is a consortium of international investors. CCR, a company from Brazil, owns about 80% of the shares. Aport, a company that includes Zurich Airport, where we get a lot of technical expertise to assist us, controls about 10% of the shares. And Janssen de Jong, a Dutch company, prominent in Curacao for many years, controls 10% of the shares of the consortium. Curacao Airport Holding, you've heard us talk about the holding, CAH. They are the government entity that essentially controls, they own the airport, they own the infrastructure, they're the landlord, so to speak. CAP, us, we are the private airport operator. We run the airport. We have a concession for 30 years to manage and operate the Curacao International Airport, to do so as efficiently as we possibly can and safely as we possibly can. The concession period was awarded for 30 years. We have about 20 years remaining on the current concession. What we stand for, what CAP stands for. Essentially, there are several things that are critical to CAP being a success and Curacao being a success. CAP is not successful unless Curacao is successful and vice versa. That's just the way it works with this type of an asset. Essentially, respecting the vision of the government to manage and operate the airport for optimal efficiency. That's primary. That's critical for us. Encouraging development and growth of the airport goes without saying. Fair and equal treatment of all users. Again, critical to the process of success. Respecting the investment of the shareholders and their need to secure a reasonable return on their investment. Again, fundamental to the deal. This is a business. This is an investment. This is a tremendous asset that was given to, that was sold, so to speak, given to a private consortium to manage as a private entity. And essentially, that is something that we do, and we take our investors' investment in the airport, which is quite substantial, very seriously. And then, of course, requiring the users and CAP to comply with the rules and regulations that govern the airport. We're all in this thing together, and there are rules and regulations that govern the operation of a civil airport properly. I've ran airports various parts of the world, and it's universal. There are certain things that have to happen at an airport and have to be done in a certain way so that the security, the efficiency, the functionality of the airport can work, so the airport can function as designed to function. Some critical success factors for us. Operational excellence goes without saying. This is an airport. Lots of things happen here. There's huge machineries running out there. People's lives are on the line every day in everything that we do. We are responsible for that. Operational excellence is critical to success and is fundamental to safety. There's no way around that. If we don't do that job properly and invest what it takes to make it happen, nobody succeeds and people can get hurt. So we take that part of our job incredibly seriously and do everything that we can, rules and regulations included, to make sure that the best interest of the client, the best interest of the consumer, and the best interest of the company is all assured in some way. Financial strength and accountability. Again, critical words in the presentation, investment, various things like that. Accountability and financial strength is critical to success. If the company does not succeed, investments cannot be made. So there are parts of the process that simply have to be adhered to. Things have to happen. We have to be able to successfully operate and financially succeed if the company is going to do what it says we want to do for the government and, of course, for our investors. So this is an absolutely fundamental part of the process. We are diligent in the way we manage the airport, in everything that we do, because that serves the best purpose of Curaçao, it serves the best purpose of our investors, and it serves the best purpose of our customers. Every passenger that comes through here is a reflection of the financial integrity of the company, of the airport and of the company. And every penny we get, and if you look at it throughout the entire economy, who pays the bills? The customer pays the bills. At the end of the day, these are the people. All of our revenues basically come from people that use the airport. So we really have to be. They are the source of all of our revenues. So we have to make sure that the platform we offer them is very good, very functional, and very safe. Oops, go step back here. Continuous improvement for the customer experience at the airport, and we do that to encourage future growth, to encourage use, to encourage new visitors, to encourage new businesses to operate at the airport. But again, it is critical to have that continuous improvement. And again, continuous improvement is also a function of having the ability to make those improvements. They all work together very well, like four legs of a stool. It doesn't work very well if one leg is starting to go somewhere else. So we really focus on these in a very systematic and critical way. Encouraging existing users to increase services, and then also fostering the possibility for new operators to look at Curaçao and try to add some diversity, add some additional opportunities for the users of Curaçao. And again, critical. Our existing users are here. They have made the past successful. They are going to be an integral part of the future going forward. We have to find a way to make sure that we do always cater in some way, provide an opportunity where they can expand their services. But at the same time, reality is that growth is critical, and we also have to look out into the world and see what other opportunities that might exist out there that we can attract here to Curaçao to, again, increase that economic base, not just for us, but certainly for the entire island. Passengers are critical to our business model. Passengers are critical to the Curaçao business model. That's how things work. I'll give you a little overview quickly of the financial and investment that CAP has made over the past 13 years, from August 2003 to December 2013. We have made direct investments in the airport of $82 million US. Payments from CAP to the holding, CAH, government essentially, of $47 million. Future investments planned between 2014 and 2018 amount to about $46 million. These are in process, these are in the planning stages right now, but they are happening. Over the same period of time, if you think about this, the accumulated net profit for the company has been only $13 million. Roughly with eight years with very small profit, 2 years with a loss. Overall, the average yield in profit is just about 1.3 million. Now think of yourself in an investment portfolio where you've invested $82 million, and in the past 13 years, this is what you've gotten back. Curaçao represents a really great opportunity, we think, for the company. But at the same time, the foundation that has to be laid to make sure that that opportunity comes to pass for us is a long-term vision.